Hey guys, Movie Guy 2005 once again. Welcome back to another movie review. And today's movie review is going to be on Hard Target. Came out in 1993. It's directed by John Woo. This is his American debut. And this stars Jean-Claude Van Damme. You have Yancy Butler. Trying to pronounce her name right. You have Lance Emerson as the villain. And you have Wilford Brimley. Basically, what the film is about is basically in the opening scene of this film, where you have this guy named Douglas Bender. Hold on, let me make the hairs off my computer. So basically, Douglas Bender gets shot by one of these guys, and yeah. And basically, Van Damme finds like the tag for that those arrows that were shot in the tag, and basically these guys are trying to kill him in the movie, and yeah, there's this one scene in this film where these guys are trying to kill this girl named Nat, or short for Natasha. No, not Natasha Henstridge, if people are familiar with that. That's a different actress. That's Natasha in this movie, played by Yancy Butler. And Van Damme is beating the crap out of these guys that are trying to kill the girl. And I really like those kicks he does, like those 360 kicks in the film. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, and you basically you have this other scene where Van Cleef, no, not Lee Van Cleef, Van Cleef, played by Arnold Vosloo, who you might know him as the villain from The Mummy. Yeah. And there's one scene in this film where he cuts like this guy's ear with a pair of scissors, and it cuts a piece off. I think the guy's name is Randall, played by Elliot Kiefer or something, who I looked him up one time. He passed away in the late 90s, tragically. I don't know what the cause of death was. I think it was a heart attack or something. I don't know. But yeah. And these guys are trying to know what the real name is. And probably my favorite part of this movie is where he fights Lance Henriksen in this film. And he drops like a grenade in his pants, and says hunted season is over. And he headbutts Lance Henriksen's character. And yeah. I didn't know too much of the plot of this film, but yeah, this is a very good movie. Definitely one of the better action flicks of the 90s, certainly. my favorite film, my favorite action movie of the 90s is actually Speed, which I did review. And this would be in there if I had like a top 10 favorite action films of the 90s. This could be in there. Um, yeah, I could say this is my favorite Van Damme film or second favorite. But I could go with this is my probably my favorite Van Damme film. I mean, I really like the direction is very understandable in the film. You got really great. You got some great acting in the film, and Lance Henriksen was a fun villain in this. And yeah, this was actually executive produced by Sam Raimi and Robert Tapert. For those who don't know, those are the same two guys that did that did Evil Dead. I think you could see right there. And the effects in this are by Howard Berger and Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero, who's Private Johnson in Day of the Dead. Yeah, he actually helped do this film. Same with Howard Berger. The same two guys that would also do Evil Dead 2. So that's awesome. I love Greg Nicotero, and this is by far one of his best effects in this film. My favorite effects by Greg Nicotero is actually Evil Dead 2, but this would be up there. His effects in this film. He has some really good practical effects. Really well done action scenes and fighting scenes in the film. Yeah, what more can I say? It's Hard Target. I think this might be one of the most underrated films I actually checked out. So if people are a fan of Van Damme, like Rambo Afterlife is a big fan of this movie, so he did like a fan cut of this. Um, so yeah, give this film a look if you are a fan of Van Damme. So yeah, that's my review for Hard Target. See you all later, and bye.